In which stage of the generative AI model lifecycle are tests performed to examine the model's accuracy? A. Deployment. B. Data selection. C. Fine-tuning. D. Evaluation. Correct answer, D. D. Evaluation. Which statement correctly describes embeddings in generative AI? A. Embeddings represent data as high-dimensional vectors that capture semantic relationships. B. Embeddings is a technique that searches data to find the most helpful information to answer natural language questions. C. Embeddings reduce the hardware requirements of a model by using a less precise data type for the weights and activations. D. Embeddings provide the ability to store and retrieve data for generative AI applications. Correct answer, A. A. Embeddings represent data as high-dimensional vectors that capture semantic relationships. Which solution meets these requirements? A. Configure the application to automatically set the temperature parameter to 0 when submitting the prompt to the LLM. B. Configure the application to automatically make your response deterministic at the end of the prompt before submitting the prompt to the LLM. C. Configure the application to automatically make your response deterministic at the beginning of the prompt before submitting the prompt to the LLM. D. Configure the application to automatically set the temperature parameter to 1 when submitting the prompt to the LLM. Correct answer, A. A. Configure the application to automatically set the temperature parameter to 0 when submitting the prompt to the LLM. A company needs to select a generative AI model to build an application. The application must provide responses to users in real time. Which model characteristic should the company consider to meet these requirements? A. Model complexity. B. Innovation speed. C. Inference speed. D. Training time. Correct answer, C. C. Inference speed. Which AWS organization's feature can be used to track charges across multiple accounts and report the combined cost? Of Service Control Policies, SCPs. B. Cost Explorer. C. Consolidated Billing. D. AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM. Correct answer, C. C. Consolidated Billing. A retail company wants to build an ML model to recommend products to customers. The company wants to build the model based on responsible practices. Which practice should the company apply when collecting data to decrease model bias? A. Use data from only customers who match the demographics of the company's overall customer base. B. Collect data from customers who have a past purchase history. C. Ensure that the data is balanced and collected from a diverse group. D. Ensure that the data is from a publicly available dataset. Correct answer, C. C. Ensure that the data is balanced and collected from a diverse group. A company is developing an ML model to predict customer churn. Which evaluation metric will assess the model's performance on a binary classification task such as predicting churn? A. F1 score. B. Mean squared error, MSE. C. R squared. D. Time used to train the model. Correct answer, A. A. F1 score. An AI practitioner is evaluating the performance of an Amazon SageMaker model. The AI practitioner must choose a performance metric. The metric must show the ratio of the number of correctly classified items to the total number of correctly and incorrectly classified items. Which metric meets these requirements? A. Accuracy. B. Precision. C. F1 score. D. Recall. Correct answer, A. A. Accuracy. An e-commerce company receives multiple gigabytes of customer data daily. The company uses the data to train an ML model to forecast future product demand. The company needs a solution to perform inferences once each day. Which inference type meets these requirements? A. Batch inference. B. Asynchronous inference. C. Real-time inference. D. Serverless inference. Correct answer, A. Batch inference. A company has developed a generative AI model for customer segmentation. The model has been deployed in the company's production environment for a long time. The company recently noticed some inconsistency in the model's responses. The company wants to evaluate model bias and drift. Which AWS service or feature meets these requirements? A. Amazon SageMaker Model Monitor. B. Amazon SageMaker Clarify. C. Amazon SageMaker Model Cards. D. Amazon SageMaker Feature Store. Correct answer, A. A. Amazon SageMaker Model Monitor.